I feel like I'm on the ball today. I even felt exempted from the law today. It's like this revelation dawned on me. It's so amazing, helps support the cause. I get everyone involved. I feel like I'm on the ball today. I even felt exempted from the law today. It's like this revelation dawned on me. It's so amazing, helps support the cause. I get everyone involved.
Good morning. Good morning. That song is so fantastic. I'm excited. I have a couple of speaking gigs coming up, and that is my new walkout music. So super, super pumped about it. Good morning, Shay. Good morning, Lori. Nice to see you in the huddle. Shay, I am shouting you out at the top of the mountain. You are the man. Last night's event was perfectly run, just so well executed. We have amazing takeaways in terms of pictures. So shout out to you. Congratulations.
Jake goes, what time are you getting there? I was like, I'm here. He's like, you need help? I'm good. All done.
Nice. You did great, man. It was very smooth. Last night was the debut of the youngest Nudelberg. Jules was there.
Poor Mark.
What a night. Just super fantastic. Cagnetas, RJ, Byron, Howard Levine got me, I think, one of the most thoughtful gifts anybody's ever gotten me. You see me there pointing to a record. It is an original 45 of Tell Me Something Good, which is just an amazing, amazing gift. Joy Linsky there, just so many people. Jonathan Aarons does actually live and breathe. He is a functioning human being. I got to shake hands with him last night, which was absolutely tremendous. The Dykes were there. Lisa Lutoff Perlo with her husband. Just a great night. So everything that Eat, Drink, Think was supposed to be, it was.
Absolutely. It was awesome to see everybody in person. And, you know, I feel like part of the family, right? Just because I know I'm not a noodle person, and I'm not bald, or anything, but it was just nice. It was nice for people to talk about the huddle, how much they enjoy it. And so I felt really, really special to be a part of that. So
it was Becky Castillo's first time experiencing what, we consider to be the magic. And she, brought her energy to it. So there were just great people in the room. Shay, show me what Carla Thatcher said. That was the best networking event I've been to in 10 years. Thank you so much for the invite. I met a ton of very cool and interesting people. I made some great business connections. I made some even better, let's get this done for the community connections, yada, yada, yada. Way to go, Carla. That's why we do it. And so when we do it again in first quarter of next year, wherever you are, wherever you're listening to the huddle, make your way down, because it is a warm, Joe from Mods said to me, and this morning he commented, he goes, incredible group of interesting people. And I think the other side of that is that there are people who are interested, not just interesting. They're interested in other people and learning and listening. And it was Corey's first shot out of the gate. He brought some guests. Go.
No, I was going to say what's really nice. So as someone who goes to a lot of events in the community, you see the same people over and over and over. This is a very eclectic group. And that's what I think makes it more unique, right, than the others. Because like I said, you see the same group of people at everything. So I thought it was great.
Awesome. Hector, next time you got to be with us. Thought about you guys last night. So it is Wednesday. Wednesday is normally hump day. Shay, were you able to grab that?
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-woo!
Ronnie, how happy
That was a great commercial.
It was such a great commercial. Still get a kick out of it. But I have a fun fact that people can choose to use in their conversations today or put in social media. Here's the fact. Camels have 3 sets of eyelids and 2 pairs of eyelashes to keep sand out of their eyes.
I can see that.
Did you know?
I think us women would all like a couple of pair of eyelashes.
Incredible. Incredible. So anyway, just to prove that there's energy in the world and you can make yourself stand out, I have this crazy drummer to lead us off. Boom. Shay, show me the crazy drummer. So let me ask you a question.
I'd be like,
just looking at it, there used to be a ride called the Roundabout that was at all of these carnivals and stuff like that. Remember, that ruined me. I got on it. You know, you stand up, it starts spinning, and then it goes up on its side, and you're like completely boom, right back in my face. And it was like, never again. I'm not doing it. So,
yeah, that's not my thing.
Crazy drummer. People go to great lengths to be different. That's how you stand out in the world. A shout out, couple of shout outs here. Jamie Tribble, thank you for your support always. Bob Goldfarb. I mean, you talk about dedication to the huddle. This man is all over Africa and all over the world, and he rode that camel.
He did.
He and Donna are the cutest couple. It looks like
They
they're
are.
having the trip of a lifetime. Thank you. Les Gusky, you are no longer part of the huddle. You've been stripped of your duties. We missed you last night, brother. You know. Anyway, prayers go out to everybody up and down the West Coast. Be safe. Shay, let's wake this thing up. And we have a special guest who's going to join us to read today's daily affirmation.
Wake up, everybody. Get up, get up, get up, get up.
We got, come on.
Wake up, everybody. Teach a new way. Maybe then and listen what you have to say. Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. No more doctor thinking. Time to
Thinking ahead. Come on.
So there he is. For those who did not know what Jonathan Aarons looks like.
Flesh.
that
Morning.
Man, everybody give him a round of applause. Welcome.
Woohoo.
It was so great to meet you last night. Your wit and humor lands long before you do, so I was excited. Welcome, and tell the huddlers all about yourself.
Yeah, so I mean, it was awesome last night. I mean, I flew in for the event. It was awesome to meet you, Steve, in person, Laurie, you in person, Shay.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people that I met through the huddle and LinkedIn, and I finally got to meet them in person. It's pretty fun, for sure.
So you're an early adopter for some of our LinkedIn coaching and some of our best practices. You're a GOTB member as well as a huddler, so we really appreciate your loyalty. Give us some of your journey of what it was like to, be an accountant and take these practices and put them into your daily world.
Yeah, so I would definitely say I'm in the minority for CPAs and accountants as being outgoing, I would say, and the LinkedIn game. So, I mean, it was definitely an awkward start. Definitely some battles had to be, I don't want to say fought, but definitely had to work through some, I would say, internal sort of
Like, what are you
policies, if
doing?
you will.
Dude? What are you doing? Why does people care?
Exactly. It was a lot of that discussion, and it was, but it was fun. It was a fun journey to sort of explain to people what's going on and, why I'm doing it. And then now I'm, It was like a couple months ago. We were at an entire firm event, and the managing partner called me out and had me talk to the team for about a couple minutes about what I'm doing on LinkedIn. Had no idea it was going to happen, but I was like, okay, I guess people are actually noticing, and it's starting to pick up momentum.
Love it, man. So I'm going to give you an honor today. The honor is to read our daily affirmation. We believe you got to feed yourself first before you can let the world know what you're thinking, what you're doing. So the honor, Jonathan Aarons.
There are people that will never support you because it's you. Then there are people that will always support you because it's you. You just have to find your people.
And Jonathan, did you find your people in us?
Yes, I did. Yes, it's been.
Did you feel like you belonged last night, or were you a stranger?
I felt like I belonged. Yeah, there were so many people that I basically felt like I, had known for 5+ years, even though it's only been a couple of years, and it was cool. I mean, I remember Joy last night came up and was like, "I have to see you in person." So, it was cool with some of that stuff.
You were standing with someone, and they said, and they kind of went to introduce us, and I'm like, and they go, Jonathan, and I'm like, oh my God, you don't live here.
I mean, what's so incredible for me, and I sort of take a little bit of pride in this, or a lot of pride, but when you can develop these kind of relationships without ever shaking physical hands, and then get the honor to do that was never possible. That couldn't happen. You couldn't take these relationships to the depth. And then boom, we have this tool that landed on us that most people still are scratching their head like, why would you post about your trip playing golf with Jake? Or, why? Because I'm telling you my story, man. This is who I am. This is what I do. So last question before we move on. How was the golf yesterday? I know you had trouble with your clubs. So.
Yeah, I mean, it went fine. I mean, it was hot for me from being from St. Louis. It was a little humid, but it went well. It went well. Yeah, I had for those of you who don't know, my clubs did not leave St. Louis, so I had to play with some rented clubs. Had to buy some new golf shoes, and it was a whole mess yesterday. But it was worth it. It was fun.
So we talk about customer service. Did they provide the right level of customer service?
They did. So even though they messed up, they're reimbursing me for the rented clubs, for the shoes, for the balls I had to buy, basically all the equipment I had to buy because of it. So
awesome.
Stuff happens during travel, and they're doing their best to make it right.
Jonathan Aarons, we are proud to have you as a huddler, proud to have you in GOTB, and I think this is just the start of the next level of our friendship.
Absolutely. It's an awesome.
Enjoy the rest of your trip.
Thank you.
Great to meet you.
Nice.
See you.
What a cool thing that we do, man. It's like,
it's funny because when you were saying that about how, right, you can build these relationships, when you think about in the older days, right, there were pen pals. You became pen pals.
Oh, wow, that's an interesting
right?
thought.
Think about it. This is like the modern version of pen pals, right?
Because
Better.
it's 3D. You can actually feel and see, and people have a sense of who you are, how you show up, and so it's really the barrier to just understanding the power of the tool.
Yeah, but I can remember people telling me this story and how they finally met their pen pal. Like I remember reading stories like that. I didn't have a pen pal, but yeah. So it's just that on steroids and virtual and 3D.
It's so funny. When I hear pen pal, I think of jail. I don't know. Isn't that
that's not what pen pals are.
I'm an idiot.
That's jail pals.
All right, let's make some sense of this and deliver value and content that we normally do. Yesterday, Jake and I got into a very deep conversation about what makes you happy. Do you even know what makes you happy? So this whole happiness conversation, we started with Gary Vee talking about, it's certainly not money. There's plenty of people that make $100 million that, don't understand happiness. So I did more research, and I was going to talk about this yesterday, but I thought it'd be a great dialogue for you and me. There's only 2 kinds of happiness. Do you have the notes in front of you by any chance?
I do.
So would you tell us the 2 kinds of happiness?
There's hedonic happiness. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, which is achieved through pleasure, enjoyment, or satisfaction. And there's eudaimonic happiness.
There you go, man. Nice job.
Achieve that. I learned phonics when I was a kid. Achieve through purpose, meaning, and authenticity.
So what's really interesting is that hedonic is short term and eudaimonic is long term. So you can have things that make you happy short term that in the long run, thank you, the Eagles, for that song, you're not going to find true happiness because these are the little short bursts, and vice versa. If you only focus on long term, it's such delayed gratification, which I posted about yesterday, that you never get small victories. You never get small rewards. Weekend vacations. 1 week, I was talking to Aiken yesterday, who he wanted to unpack with me that how did I take 2 weeks off? Was I able to, really unwind and whatever? And I go, last year I did it. It was bizarre, but I came back bigger, better, stronger. So what makes you happy, Lori?
Well, it's different things. I think, like you said, there's the short-term stuff, going to Marco on a weekend, right? And just relaxing and being with Mike
So let's hold that for a second, because that's a great short-term thing. You made an investment over on the West Coast, which, again, prayers to everybody over there that they stay safe. It looks bad, but you made that investment so that you can enjoy weekends over there, short little bursts, which is what hedonic pleasure is, man. That's great. So, certainly you could live there, but you choose to use it as a getaway. So that's awesome.
Right. So I would say that's one of the short-term ones. Long-term, obviously, is, I would say, family. Dual traveling would be a short-term one, right? When you go on a trip. But I would say for me, it's really family and just peace. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The long-term one is just peace, accepting who I am, working on the things, right, that I might want to be working on, giving myself a little credit for the things that I like about myself or love about myself. I think that for me, that's the long-term piece. It really comes down to me.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Last night there was a couple of people I hadn't seen in a long time, and they're like, how you doing? Or what's happening? And I was like, I worked my whole life to get right where I am right now. I've never been happier, never been more congruent, because I know who I am. I know what makes me happy. I figured that out, and I'm pursuing those things on a regular basis. And so the takeaway I want people to get is that it's a balance. You need to have short-term hits, do things that, that thrill you, that's great.
I like that. That's my short term. Yes, that's one of mine.
So here's the interesting thing, Becky. It's a good cup of coffee, not just coffee anymore. Like we have that, that Keurig. So instead of buying Keurigs, the cups, I actually have ground coffee that I love, that I put in a similar type thing. So I am making my perfect cup of coffee. So to your point, and we did talk about this yesterday, 3 cups of coffee keeps all the diseases away. So ask Jay, because he's racing all the time. I have great motivational music today that sort of kick you in the ass, because it's all about being in the real world.
Well, I wonder what it's like to be the rainmaker. I wonder what it's like to know that I made the rain. I'd store it in boxes with little yellow tags on every one, and you could come and see that when I'm done. When I'm done, I wonder what it's like to be a superhero. I wonder where I'd go if I could fly around downtown. Yeah. From some other planet, I get this funky high on the yellow sun. Boy, I bet my friends are already stunned. Well, they're stunned. Yeah. Straight up, what did you hope to learn about here? If I was someone else, would this all fall apart? Strange
So shout out to Melissa Graves. Now, this is a dedicated huddler who I'm going to talk to Mark about flying you in next time, because I drop intellectual clues all the time, and she picked up on it. I started with a camel and I ended with a camel, and she picked it up, and you are damn straight. That's why I did it. Now, Jonathan Aarons is right. I cannot get enough of Rob Thomas or Matchbox 20. I think they are one of the more underrated bands. Their music is fantastic. For those of you who know that I use a voice coach, the voice coach that I use is the voice coach of Rob Thomas, Ban Perry, Justin Bieber, and Rob Thomas. And I have throat spray that I use to take care of it. But she says he's one of the most talented guys in the music business. How about that?
Wow. Yep.
Pretty cool. So Lori, I had something else to roll with. We don't have time to get in it. I'll kick it to another day. Final thoughts. Midweek, hump day. We're closely moving in on the end of the month. Like, what's going on? What advice can you give the world?
Oh, wow. I think this week, what's standing out for me, we did our leadership professional development training with Mark on Saturday for our management team.
Please don't tell him he's good. There's enough people telling him he's good. He won't be able to get in the room.
He was good. He was good. Sorry, gotta call it like I see it. But I think watching the reaction, like I kind of sat back, and it was hard for me not to have like a big part in it and say a lot. But so I really had to just sit back and say as little as possible, which was for me, right? That was a challenge. But watching everyone, watching them engage with each other, with Mark, curiosity, asking the questions. I guess my advice is invest in your team. If they've got potential, and Mark and Jake both said to me that day, they said, first of all, your team, they all raised their hand when Mark said, how many people here would consider themselves a high performer? And they are. That doesn't mean we all don't have things to work on, but invest in them. That would be my word of advice, because I'm watching, and this is going to continue to flourish.
So I'm going to dovetail on that. I'm going to take that one more level, and that you can invest in other people, and that's wonderful. If you're not ready to invest in yourself, and I talked about this heavily with a lot of the people at Amerant Bank. I've talked to them, Becky Castillo is a great example of, she was ready to receive what I was willing to give her. And then she ran with it, and she's exploded. And guess what? Everybody notices it. So it's two parts. It's a dance. You did your part. I am investing in you when it's matched with the enthusiasm to say, wow, I could actually get better. And then the results of my life will be different. Boom, you get, that's where all the explosions is. So congratulations to you. Congratulations to your team, because I did hear great feedback. So we start fourth quarter soon. Stick around. It's hump day today. You still can close out September, strong, but let's rock and roll and get down.
Woo!
Please don't worry about me. I'm about to let my heart speak. My friends keep telling me to leave this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business.